Hey everyone, it's Saul Maraney in Cape Town, South Africa, and today I'm very excited to be talking to David Deckel. He's in Toronto and he's coming out with a brand new product in the next few days. So David, thanks so much for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
Hey Sal, thanks very much for inviting me for the show. I appreciate it. Glad to be here.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Me and David just had like a 15-minute conversation just before we went live. And guys, this is a great new product. David's teamed up with Reed Florine, one of my best friends, and an amazing guy with over 11 WSOs of the day to his name. And Palab Kosal, who's doing so well. Palab's an MBA from India, so proud of his country, so proud of the work that he does, and it shows with everything that he does. And yeah, David's an amazing guy, originally from Israel, started off in this industry doing solo ads, doing crazy stuff. Now he's perfected list building, and guys, list building is exactly where it's at. So, David, you've got this new product, it's coming out on the weekend. Tell us quickly about yourself, who you are. You're a young guy. How did you get to where you are at the moment?
Yeah, as you mentioned, I'm 36 and here in Toronto, I started internet marketing back in I discovered it in December 2012 and struggled all throughout 2013. And now that I look back at it, it was really because I wasn't building a list. And when I actually started building a list, that's when things started happening for me. So all throughout 2014, what ended up happening was I built a very large list. But one of the things that was always concerning me and kind of bugging me was the fact that as I was growing my list, I still didn't know who is exactly on there. Like, what do they want? What do they need? How can I serve them the best? And some promotions that I would send out would do amazing. Like, I would send one email and it would just like be unbelievable. And then the next day, I would send another email promoting something else and it would completely flop. So that got me very curious onto knowing how can I actually find out who's exactly on my list? What do they want? What's their desires? Where are they at right now with their business? How can I help them the most? What have they been struggling the most? And after trial and error of literally months and a lot of time in basically development, I finally been able to pull off a little technique that actually enables me to almost mind read what exactly those subscribers want. And now I know without any guesswork, without any kind of trial and error, knowing exactly what the person wants so I can hyper target my promotions. And I've built my entire business around it all the way to the tune of multiple six figures. So
Wow.
that's what the list stealth list building formula is all about. It's going to enable you to psychically almost mind read the subscribers that are hopping onto your list so you know exactly what they want, exactly what they need, and now you can start targeting your promotions based on that. Because if you know that someone is, example, doesn't have a website and they have a couple hours a day and they'll be struggling with this and that, now that you have this data, it's extremely simple to look at that and say, okay, what can I do to help them with that thing? And then when you bring that forward in front of them, things become very easy because you're literally giving the person what they need.
Right.
That's what the stealth list
So
building
that's a
formula is all
stealth
about.
list building formula, right? I mean, it's amazing new product. So guys, listen to what David's saying. He came onto the internet marketing scene. He was telling me that he started doing solo ads, and obviously he's an analytical guy, wanted to make a living online with internet marketing. You tried stuff that worked, stuff that didn't work. Now you've almost come full circle to say, look, I want to grow my list. We know that the list is the most important thing. If we look at two of the top affiliates in this marketplace that I look up to the most, that's Mark from Maine and Brett Ratecki. Mark's got about 20,000 people on his list, and Brett's got around that amount as well, 20,000. But they've got responsive people because the people open up their emails, and it's not just having numbers, it's about people that open up your email. So you showing in this, guys, listen, I took David's course, I've gone through it. I like it, it's laid out in videos, and what you're showing is how we can grow this list, how we can grow our subscribers. But instead of just having, for example, a bonus spot that you got 20 new people on your list and you don't know who they are and you don't know what they want, you've got like a great formula in there where you almost using that script, and you from the beginning people are getting almost divided. They're getting we are able to pinpoint, okay, this guy's got 2 hours a weekend, he's interested in getting some traffic, this guy's interested in social media, this guy's interested in getting more traffic for his offline business. And I think that's amazing. That's what you're showing, and that's how we're going to be growing that asset. So I went through your training. I mean, your hope for this product, David, and we know the statistics are almost quite sad sometimes. So many percent, I think there's 65% of people that buy these sort of products almost get lost on the way back to their inbox, and then they never even download them or read them or go through them. I particularly enjoyed going through your full product today, the whole thing, and it was really great. So, I mean, your goal, first of all, tell us, for someone that purchases your product, I mean, it's going to be opening up at around $5 around there, so the price is insane for the front end. If they sit on their bum, if they sit down and watch all the videos, how long will it take them, and what are they going to actually learn?
Yes, exactly, because of the fact that a lot of people don't take the time to go through products, and that's a known fact because people don't want to get lost in more information. I've kept this course extremely lean, meaning I only talk about the stuff that matters. I only talk about the stuff that actually needs to be there, and because of that, there's no fluff in this training. Because of that, it will take you probably less than an hour to go through the whole thing, and probably about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes to implement everything, which is really, when you think about it, every minute out of that 25 minutes could be translated into 10,000 times more, essentially, in revenue and in everything else. So if you're willing to invest the 1 hour that it takes to go through it, and also the 20, 25 minutes that it actually takes to implement this, and it's just a one-time 25 minutes, it's not like you need to do it over and over and over again, unless you want to start another campaign. Then you'd basically be able to reap the rewards of knowing exactly what people on your list want, what they need. I even cover some of the traffic flow, and just so you can see how to treat the traffic and how you can manage the traffic properly. And it's not just about just sending brute traffic to your squeeze page and getting as many opt-ins as possible. That used to be the method that worked like 10 years ago, and it still works to some degree, where you just build, 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 build. But if you don't know what they want, I mean, where is it going to take you? You don't know what the people on the list want. But even if you have a small list and you know exactly what they want, you'd be able to do miracles with that list as long as you tailor your promotions towards those folks. Does that make
Exactly.
sense?
And it makes sense. It makes sense. I mean, but if we could just explain to the people, and for someone that even finds this on YouTube and watches this in the future, and I'd like to just be a little bit less vague for what, just so we can give a bit of value here as well. Your stealth list building, I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. It's certainly not rehashed. I mean, a lot of the stuff that I review is rehashed stuff. I mean, no one's talked about what you're doing. Give us a little bit of a taste. How do you actually achieve, for that guy, he comes to your squeeze page. It's not the ordinary squeeze page where it's just now another no no named person on your list. I mean, we got his email address, nothing else. How did you come up with this idea? And like, what is the? I mean, does one need to be like a programmer, or does one need to have years of experience in internet marketing to make this work? Is it very complicated? I mean, I've been
Not
through it.
at
I just
all.
want to hear from your because guys watch this, and even for me, David, I'll tell you, sometimes, like the other day, I saw an amazing piece of software that I can even literally get for free because I know the product creator, but it looked so complicated, and I knew I'm not going to actually even use this. So for someone that's looking at your product with Palab and with Read, is it user friendly? Is it just going to get virtual dusty in their inbox, in their like hard drive, or can they actually use this?
I actually think it's the exact opposite. Not only they will use it, but it would be so exciting to use because as part of the training, I introduce you to a tool that I use on a daily basis, and that tool is so sleek, it's so easy to use, it's so drag and drop, it's so simple that literally you could do everything with like 20 minutes from beginning till end, and you're all done. So it's not one of those things where you have to implement for hours and hours and you have to wait for days and weeks until you see any kind of results. Like immediately you'll start getting the data as long as you have everything set up in the 20, 25 minutes that it takes to do that. So I think it's the exact opposite. It's one of those things that you actually, people will use, and me and my students have been using it for quite a while now, kind of underground, hush hush, without anybody else knowing, and we're reaping the rewards for this entire time.
No, I mean, you've been. I mean, I know you personally. I know that you're doing tremendously well. I've spoken to Reed and I've spoken to Balab about you as well. And just, I mean, it's clear from your training. And as I said, this is completely different. So someone purchases your product. It's going live on Sunday. they're going to. I mean, it's a ridiculously low. It's like $4.95 going up on a dime sale, so they get it at around $5. They're going to get the membership area, which they come in. You said it's about an hour to go through all the videos. You've got some nice bonuses. There's that nice intro video from you. It's really cool. They're going to get through that. You've also got some upsells. Tell us about your OTOs and what you got planned for the funnel. I know that you're not putting together some PLR shit to like fill up your funnel. What have you got like a
No,
specific
no.
funnel upsells that's going to like get people to even implement this quicker?
Yes, one of the things that I wanted to do, definitely not PLR. I mean, PLR, I love PLR. It's actually what got me started in the industry, but definitely there's no PLR in this specific funnel. One of the things that I wanted to do for people who want to enhance their knowledge and take their intelligence of the funnel even to the next level and kind of get things going even quicker is I wanted to include the first one-time offer is a case study. It's the case study of how I use this exact method, what I'm teaching in the stealth list building formula, to myself build a list of 45,000 subscribers in just 4 months. Actually, at this point of recording this video, it's actually over 60,000 subscribers because I've added more since the time that actually the product was done, which was about a month ago. So that's the first one-time offer. The next one-time, so that's going to basically show you the result of the 45K leads case study. It's going to show you the exact page that I was using, everything like right wide open. On top of that, I also include the templates that I was using, so you can literally swipe them, deploy them, and start using them yourself. Not only in the internet marketing niche, but also in the diet niche, in the dating niche. You could use this if you're selling anything. Like, I don't care if you're selling chairs, light bulbs online, like it doesn't matter, kids' toys. This works for everything, okay? Like as long as your customers are different, unless you got just one need for, if you're selling just a one product and you don't have anything else to offer, then obviously this would not work. But as long as you got different things to offer, this would definitely work. The second one-time offer is all about traffic. I know that a lot of people getting started in the industry, they sometimes have great products to offer, but they don't know how to get the right kind of traffic. So in the next one-time offer, I go really, really deep into how to get the highest possible quality traffic you can. In literally just 20 minutes, you'd be able to know everything that you need to know and implement this in 20 minutes per day and just get to really high levels of getting super high quality traffic and becoming like a master at this stuff. On top of that, one of the things that I include in that one-time offer is my personal dossier and my personal Rolodex of the top 10 people that I buy traffic from. Like my actual vendors, not similar, not somewhat like, you can find them here. Like the actual names, the contact info, everything is right in there. So if you're not sure about where to get traffic, well, just go to these guys. Obviously their stuff works. The next one-time offer, which is the third one, is all about automating this entire process. So when you're using the stealth list building formula, you're going to get some pretty amazing data on your subscribers just as they're hopping onto your list. But one of the things that I know that I personally wanted to do is I wanted to take that data and also insert it into the autoresponder. So in there, I can start creating some real magic, because what happens there is I can send emails that look like I literally hand wrote them for each and every one of my subscribers, depending on the kind of data that I got. And then when the people receive it, I write the same email, but when people receive it, it looks like I literally just wrote the email just for that person, because everything in there is the exact data that they gave me when they came onto my list. So that's a plugin, basically a WordPress plugin that you can start using for that. And that's to automate the entire process. Then that's OTO number 3. Now, all of these OTOs, even though they're highly relevant to the stealth list building formula, they're not required in order to make the stealth list building formula work. They're just add-ons that are highly relevant that would
Exactly,
make the
exactly.
process
They make it
faster, easier
faster,
for
and
you.
you can get running quicker. You've got your stealth list building, which is the formula, and everything's laid out there. I like that you got the OTO, that that case study is worth every cent. I watched that case study; it's really power. Um, just a few more questions. I know that you're busy. I just want to ask you a few more questions. You said it that there's that specific tool that allows people to do this, and it's one that you discovered. I mean, for someone that's wondering how much would they need to pay for that, can we tell them like what what that mechanism costs.
Yeah, first of all, it doesn't only work with that tool. And the next thing, it's free in the beginning, I believe, up to about 100 data points or 1,000 data points. It's free, and then after that, it's like $20 a month or something like that. And but that's not the only tool that you can use. There's plenty of other ones that you can use that I believe are potentially free. But essentially, it's not more about the tool. It's about the method.
The
The
method.
method is what's important because if you know how you should structure this, you could use any tool almost that has the capability of doing that. So
Correct.
it's not about the one specific tool. It's more about understanding how you can collect this data under the radar. And by the way, all of this happens under the radar. You're not blunt in people's faces asking all kinds of stuff. It's very subtle. It's very under the radar, and people gladly will give you this information.
Very nice. Well, David, congratulations on your product. You've got two great partners, which is Reed and Palab. I wish you all three the best of luck, guys. Who's ever watching this, I highly recommend that you go pick up David's product. I mean, it's $5 at the opening. It's coming up on Sunday. I'm just looking at my calendar here. That's this Sunday, the 15th, right, David? 15th at what
Yep.
time?
11 a.m. Eastern time,
11
New York
a.m.
time.
EST this Sunday at 11 a.m. EST. Guys, if you see this interview, there are some nice bonuses. So buy through my link for $5. It's really a no-brainer. Look at the funnel. If it makes sense, buy it. If you see an email through someone else, buy it. Just make sure that you get David's training because it's very well thought out. It's really great. And David, it's great to have you in our community now. I haven't seen you before in Warrior Plus, but I know that you have to stay and that you're going to have a lot more products and you're going to see a lot of people are going to see success from implementing your stuff. And let me finish off this interview. I just want to ask you the last question. But David, what I enjoy most about my job is obviously I get those PayPal payments and it allows me to do this full time, and that is amazing. Every time I get one, it is really great. But what I love the most is that every single day I am in touch with people in the community and they send me their products to say, please will you review this product, Saul? And I love to learn. Like I will give at least 3 hours during my day to learn. So that's what I love. And I came across your course, and as I say, congratulations on your course. So I'd like to say goodbye to you and ask you, related to what I've just said, for you, when you see someone that is struggling in internet marketing, and a lot of people say internet marketing is a scam or it doesn't work, or I've tried it before, or I tried Google and it didn't work, etc. Just tell us what's your advice for someone to be successful and to follow in your footsteps and really make a success of themselves.
Right. No, here's the thing with that, and it's almost like the question of what advice would I give myself if I knew 2 years ago when I first got started. So here's what I would say. First of all, you have to focus. Okay, you can't be jumping from one product to another and not implementing anything. And especially, if something is quick to implement, go ahead, do it and implement and start getting the results from that. Second thing is you might be one little tiny piece of information away from having a major breakthrough in your business. And a lot of that comes down to data. If you know, as an example, that a stock is going up tomorrow by 100 times, how valuable is that data if you know that today? Obviously that's very valuable. So very similarly to that, you have to look at your business right now and say, okay, do I know enough to be successful with what's happening right now about my subscribers, about the kind of promotions that I do? And if what you're doing is not working, then stop and look at something else. Look at doing something different than what you're doing. Like as an example, if you have an email list and you're just mailing them and mailing them and mailing them and you have hits every now and then, that probably has to do with the fact that you don't know what the people want on the list. And there's no problem with that as long as you fix that sooner than later. And the earlier you know that information, the better it would be for you and the easier it would be for you to actually make intelligent kind of promotions so you know what the people on the list want and you can match them up with that. Does that
Right.
make sense?
That makes good sense. So I heard you say that you have to be focused and you have to do list building. That's what you said there. Without a list,
Yeah.
you've got no chance in internet marketing, and without focus, you've got no chance in internet marketing. And I mean, for when you've had your rough times, I'm sure you've had, like all of us, one or two rough times, and you got through them. Like, what carries you through in internet marketing? How do you stay focused, and how do you continue on?
It's all has to do with looking at what's the alternative. Okay, look at your business. If I looked at my business right now and I looked at what I went through in order to, like, before I got into internet marketing, it's a completely different lifestyle. It's a completely different thing to be in. And I worked for 8.5 years for a telecom company where I was literally waking up at like 7:30 in the morning, coming back home at 6:30 at night, and doing this over and over again for like 8 years. Now that I look at the lifestyle that I am, I mean, even if something happens where it's like a step back, it's no problem. Like you just keep pushing forward and keep moving forward and try the next thing and develop the next thing and kind of keep your eyes on the prize essentially, because what is you got to be willing to do the work. Like you got to be willing to. I watched a video yesterday from a really successful marketer that said that look, things will come up. A lot of things will come up, but you got to be willing to sit down and do the work and not expect the results to come in right away. Even if you do the work right now and it doesn't come in until next week or 3 months from now or a year from now, that's okay, because some later on it gets to a point where people say, oh, that person is so successful, he's probably doing some things that I'm not doing in myself. The reality of it is that person has probably just done things every day that set up a business that actually allows them to now go and take vacations. I mean, I took 5 vacations in 10 months. And people look at that and be like, how the hell did you do that? And I'm like, well, because I've done things before that actually set up a business that allows me to do that. And that's how you do it. You have to stay focused. You have to sit down, do the work, stay focused, and make sure that you implement the things. And of course, there's pressure points. You always want to have those pressure points. If something could work better by using a different kind of a technique, use that. And a lot of that has been the intelligence that I've got on my subscribers. A lot of it has to do with what I know about what I should be promoting. I'll give you a quick example. One of the things that I've learned from a recent kind of campaign that I've done is that 80% of the people that actually were on that list did not have a website. 80% of them. Now, let me ask you this. If I mailed them a promotion about here's a WordPress plugin that will help you do this, this, and that, how successful do you think that promotion would be
Yeah, that's
in
hilarious.
reality?
Yeah, it
It
wouldn't
would
be.
completely flop. It wouldn't go anywhere.
Sure.
On the contrary, what if I send them an offer to get their first website started with hosting, with some page builders, with everything else? Do you see the difference? It's like you're saving yourself a lot of heartache and a lot of missed kind of opportunities where you don't know this data. And it really
Correct.
all comes down to knowing the right things.
That's great. That's great. Well, guys, I've been speaking to David. David, thank you so much for your time, and I appreciate it. And I think what your product does, besides everything else, is that really, guys, it shows David showing us how to build a list and how to have a real relationship with every single person on our list. It's like an intimate relationship. It's like a partner or a friendship or a relative. Is that the better you treat them and the more you understand them, then the stronger and richer that relationship will be, and then you can help people much more accurately and be of value. And David, your product allows that. It really allows that. I believe it's going to be evergreen, even if this product is going on sale this weekend. People may not be promoting it a month from now. Any single person that even finds this product, guys, 3 years from now, and I can say that you can quote me, it will benefit from this, because this is one of the best list building products I found by a guy, David, that showed it. Try look at that OTO. I would encourage you to buy it. It's like under $20 or whatever it is. That's the case study. It's worth watching that case study. And as David said, for an hour and a half to sit down and watch his stuff and then implement it and take action, you're going to see big results. I'm going to be doing this, David. I haven't implemented your system because I'm pretty new to it, but I've been through the training, and I'm going to keep you and I'll keep people aware of my results, because I'm pretty
Yep.
sure it's going to be great. So, David, congratulations, guys. It's the launch. Look out for it. David, you should have a great launch, and it should be the first of many. And send Reed and Palab my fondest regards. I'll speak to you guys soon.
Thanks. Thanks, Al.
Cheers.
Bye for now.